Good evening and welcome to the Nevis Newscast. Today is Friday, April 22nd, 2016. I'm Donis Wilkinson Keynes. A CFBC OAS project titled Provisions, Organic, Hydroponic and Hybrid System Growing for Caribbean Schools and Model for Local Caribbean Entrepreneurship was launched today at Cherry Gardens. The Provisions project addresses climate change impacts through an emerging collaboration between higher education professionals, community-based organizations, government ministries, and non-governmental specialists in sustainable development. Today's official launch took place during the start of the Nevis implementation at Legacy International, the beneficiary institution of the Provisions model in Nevis. The Provisions concept seeks to improve science and engineering education related to climate change mitigation and adaptation strategies, put this knowledge into action by involving students and the wider community in extension programs supporting small-scale agriculture throughout the Caribbean, and establish critical liaison with Haitian partners and thus provide leadership in the drive to achieve a full inclusion of Haiti in regional education initiatives for climate change adaptation, sustainable agriculture, and entrepreneurship. Running from Monday 25th to Friday 29th April, the Nevis implementation will consist of 1 week of training conducted by project team leader Dr. Leighton Narain and hydroponics expert Stuart Laplace, who invented and conceived the project. Speaking at today's launch, OAS representative Terence Craig remarked on the organization's valuable contribution to St. Kitts and Nevis as the project is funded by the OAS. Also addressing the launch was Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Agriculture Eric Evelyn, Joseph Morton of Legacy International, Premier and Minister of Education, the Honorable Vance Amory, and the spokesperson for Earth Week SKN, Jonal Powell. Today, April 22nd, was chosen for the launch of the project as it coincides with the observance of Earth Day and the start of Earth Week SKN. Minister of Foreign Affairs, the Honorable Mark Brantley, yesterday hosted the Caribbean Development Roundtable addressing the debt overhang, balancing adjustment with sustainable development in the Caribbean at the St. Kitts Marriott Resort. The main objective of the roundtable was to develop a strategy for addressing the vulnerabilities of Caribbean small island developing states through identification of integrated policies for building resilience. At the opening ceremony, Minister Brantley gave the welcome address, expressing satisfaction with the topic of discussion, which he intimated is timely, given the high debt profile of a number of Caribbean countries. This, he further opined, constrains the ability of governments to provide a full suite of social services for its citizens. Alicia Barcena, Executive Secretary of the Economic Commission of Latin America and the Caribbean, ECLAC, presented the Commission's proposal on debt for climate change adaptation swaps. The proposal promotes consideration of a strategy to address the debt overhang of Caribbean countries while encouraging investment in climate adaptation and structural transformation that can contribute to changing the economic fortunes of the sub-region. Acting Prime Minister, the Honorable Vance Amory, in giving the Caribbean's response, looked at issues facing Caribbean small island developing states, including reliance on tourism and financial services and the migration of human resource. He further spoke of the importance of Caribbean countries to be able to provide the opportunities for economic growth, employment, and the provision of health care and social services, and the need for cooperation and collaboration to design and implement common policies. The roundtable was expected to be followed by a meeting of the Caribbean Development Cooperation Committee today, Friday, April 22nd. Communication between elements of the Royal St. Christopher and the Nevis Police Force operating in the field is expected to be much clearer with the installation of a digital radio system. At his monthly press conference on Wednesday, April 20th, Prime Minister the Honorable Dr. Timothy Harris said, weather permitting, the new system, which features top-line equipment designed by Motorola Limited, will be commissioned on the weekend. With the completion of point-to-point links, officers will be able to use digital handheld radios enabling wide area communication. The radios are equipped with a global positioning system, GPS, and automated vehicular locator, so the logistical management of the police resources is now enhanced through the use of the digital radio system, the Prime Minister said. The handheld radios also are equipped with sensors that will send out an emergency alarm should an officer suffer some tragedy. The Prime Minister reported that the upgrade project has cost the government more than $3.2 million. He noted that the government has pledged that it will leave no stone unturned to restore our beloved country to a new place of calm and safety. Telecommunication partners Flow, Chippy, One Radio, and TBN Nevis were thanked for assisting with the project. Still to come?
Hopefully this evening in the restaurants, we would like to shut off the lights for about an hour and just use dinner by candlelight.
We'll give you the details after this break.
Celebrating the old, showcasing the new. Culturama 42.
Queen City Nevis, cricket is back. It is back at the El Camino Willett Park. Come on out and support your Nevis men's 50 over team as they participate in the Leeward Islands tournament. The action takes place at the El Camino Willett Park. First game is on Thursday, 21st April 2016, Nevis versus USVI. Come on out and support your stars. Kyron Powell, Adelvin Phillip. Oh, they are just some names that you're going to hear about. So remember, go to the El Camino Willett Park and support Leeward Islands cricket in a big way. It's back, and it's back with a bang.
As a responsible citizen, your tax dollars protect our environment. Pay your taxes on time. This message was brought to you by the Inland Revenue Department, Nevis.
Be a responsible citizen.
Welcome back. St. Kitts and Nevis recorded solid job growth in 2015, coupled with an upward trend in wages, Prime Minister the Honorable Dr. Timothy Harris told the nation at Wednesday's press conference. Prime Minister Harris said that data from Social Security show that for 2015, the average number of jobs stood at 24,333. This is the largest number of jobs recorded in Social Security's history. Importantly, too, the country's wages in 2015, $72.27 million per month, represent one of the highest payroll figures on record and reflect a 7% increase over the wages paid in 2014, $67.57 million per month. The comparative analysis reveals that the earnings landscape has changed, the Prime Minister said, adding that the distribution of persons earning in the lower wage categories declined, while those earning in the higher wage categories increased. The wage distribution has improved, and persons are enjoying higher wages in this term than in the previous term, he noted, adding that there was a move from 30% of jobs paying in the minimum wage category in 2014 to 26% of the jobs paying at the minimum wage in 2015. There were corresponding changes in the medium earning categories for 2015. As the Nevis Historical and Conservation Society joins today's observance of Earth Day, it is calling on leaders to analyze how human activity has resulted in the Earth crying out for help. Earth Day is celebrated annually on April 22nd when events worldwide are held to demonstrate support for environmental protection.
Climate change, global warming, deforestation, land pollution, air pollution, water pollution, overfishing, and increasing endangered species. Though some of these events that have happened occurred naturally in the past, the Earth is more stable now than it was then, which means these events should take longer to occur. However, according to scientists, these events are happening at an alarming rate than before. The biggest contributor to climate change is global warming, which is the gradual increase of the Earth's average temperature from the excess release of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. The cars we run, the factories we run, the lights we turn on, the electronics we charge, all use the non-renewable resource of energy, releasing tons of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. This temperature increase has resulted in unusual floods, rising ocean levels, extreme hurricanes, record droughts, and other bizarre weather conditions devastating the lives all over the world.
The NHCS is calling for action to stabilize the earth.
Major associations and governments such as the German and US governments, TNC, the Caribbean Community Climate Change Center, the Ocean Conservancy, and World Earth Day, just to name a few, have organized projects, declared days, provided funds and scientific expertise available to local countries, groups, and other small associations, and all the necessary resources to help push the Save Our Earth movement to as many lives as possible in all parts of the world. And so far, they have been making an astounding progress in improving and stabilizing our home.
The NHCS is making an appeal to all of us to do our part on an individual level to sustain the earth.
Ask your friends, your teachers, family members, which projects you can volunteer in to clean up our earth, save endangered species, plant new trees, reduce, reuse, and recycle, and help create a sustainable earth for all of us to enjoy.
Danielle Moore of the Nevis Historical and Conservation Society delivering an address to mark today's observance of Earth Day. Meantime, the Four Seasons Resort Nevis also joined the 2016 observance of Earth Day. Employees of the resort took part in a cleaning exercise in the area of Jessop's down to Mango's restaurant on the beach. Meanwhile, a second group cleaned along the island main road from the hotel's main entrance to the bypass road. A third group cleaned along Penny's Beach while divers dove along the coast, removing refuse from the sea. Director of Recreation at the Four Seasons Resort, Mackie France, outlined a few of the other activities the resort hosted to commemorate the day.
And we have a couple of different plants and trees we're planting along the main drive for color, for scent, for shade, and just to beautify the whole area. And hopefully this evening in the restaurants, we would like to shut off the lights for about an hour and just use dinner by candlelight in an attempt to save electricity and save the planet.
According to France, the resort has been celebrating Earth Day with various initiatives for a number of years. On April 19th, the Four Seasons Resort Nevis also introduced its new cocktail, Naturally Lush, to promote awareness of Earth Day. The drink is the creation of mixologist Kendi Williams. That's it for this evening's edition of the Nevis Newscast. On behalf of all of us here at the Department of Information, thank you for viewing. I'm Donis Wilkinson Keynes. Good night.